to the Lock Shop with Nielsen and Hustler.
All right, it's 11:02. Welcome to the Lock Shop, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Coming off the hangout there with DVD and Belzy and Tommy. We got Oil Stream coming up at noon today right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. That's brought to you by Boston Pizza. And then we'll get into EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gager, and then the Reed Wilkins Show with Reed Wilkins and the little guy, Jay Mill.
Malik Carney on today.
Oh, Malik Carney. That's a good one for you guys.
Yeah.
And I know Jay, is Reed down at the Elks too right now?
Yeah.
Reed Jay both down there?
They'll have Taylor Powell on.
Okay, that's good. And then
Elks.
I know they were going to talk to Herb and see if he'll hop on our show tomorrow morning. So lots to discuss there with the Carney will be a good one. I mean, that's a guy who pretty much, I'm not going to say could have gone anywhere, but he's a guy who was basically a top 3 free agent heading into the offseason, and he chose Edmonton, right? So I'm curious to see. I mean, I know you can't ask him straight up.
That'll be the first question. Why Edmonton?
Did they overpay to get you?
Probably did. Robbie Smith money, probably.
But he's phenomenal. So that'll be good. What time? Do you know what time he's going to be?
We have him on at 1:20, so
Okay.
right off the hop.
And are they streaming their press conference right now?
I don't think they are.
Kuba's looking for it, but
I don't think they're streaming it. I think it had to be.
Well, they should stream it for the fans, like to check it out.
No comment.
Come on.
I mean, they might.
Come on. Maybe. They
where
should.
Would they stream it? YouTube?
This is their free agency press conference, right? Their free agency availability.
Did they stream it last year when they announced the Trey extension and that stuff? Remember?
I can't remember, but I know that it should be.
Okay, I'm on their channel right now. Yeah, no, they don't have.
No. Well, anyway, we've got guys down there, so they'll have, and we'll have Carney on, and Reed and Jay will be chatting about what they saw down there today as well, and they will have Taylor Powell on. Both of these conversations, actually, Carney and Powell will be good
the
ones.
Future quarterback of the Edmonton Elks.
100%. I think he's definitely locked in as a future of the organization. So that's good. All right, so we've been trying to keep tabs on this Finland-Slovakia hockey game, and we got an upset brewing. And if you would have got on Slovakia money line, you'd be cashing a pretty good ticket here in the next 3.5 minutes if Finland can't find their way back here. They are down 3-1. I watched the first 40 minutes. It was 1-1, and then I had to run out and get some ink for our office printer here, which I did put in, and it's saying it's still not in, which is driving me crazy. So I'll look at that later. But what happened in this third period here, buddy? Like
what's his
Dalibor Dvorsky?
Yeah, from the Blues.
St. Louis, yeah.
He just scored on a rebound.
Okay.
It was a point shot. It hit Aho as he was falling in front of the net, and he just got it past Saros.
No.
And then Heiskanen took he shot the puck out of play.
Oh, no. That's the guy who's going to play
play.
30 minutes for you.
And then Uri just unleashed the top cheddar shot
Really?
that Mike Johnson said Saros needed to have.
Well,
But
I'll
it was
have to
like
see the replay
I think
of
it was barring in.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think it was a pretty good shot?
It was a pretty.
I mean, Saros is a smaller goalie.
Yeah, and he was kind of going down already,
yeah.
so hard to say, man.
Finland's had 38 shots on goal. This undrafted 24-year-old in the net. I think he signed. I made a joke about Bowman running to go give him an 8-year no movement clause. But he is signed. He didn't get drafted, but he is signed. So he will not be a guy that the others will be. So we talked about it on the morning show today. Another good save by this guy. Stan Bowman's going to sign one of these unsigned Europeans, right? Coming out of the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you are an unsigned European who's currently playing overseas, if you can score 2 goals in the Olympics, you're going to get a 3-year offer from the Edmonton Oilers.
And then Tony will make a bet that this guy's going to score 20.
Tony from BP's.
Yeah. And a bunch of Oiler fans will be like, this guy's going to score 40.
We do get pretty excited about that type of stuff.
No, we don't.
No, the market, like the city.
Yeah, okay.
The city. Well, after seeing Tomasek in the preseason, I thought maybe he'd at least stick around and have a bit of an impact. But
hey, he gave it a shot. He didn't want to be a scratch. I give him credit because
He's in the Olympics.
I think he earned his spot on the Oilers. He had a good training camp, was on the top power play, could have scored some goals.
They gave him a look on that top PP.
So I give him credit for that. But yeah. Hey, good for I love the jerseys for the Slovakians.
Well, that's what everybody keeps saying, but they're basically the jersey Slovakia always wears, isn't it?
And there's something different about that blue today, Dusty.
Maybe it's because there's a lot of blue on the boards of the rink.
Maybe.
Could that be it?
You think the Slovaks in Italy are going to party tonight?
Oh, it'll be quite the scene over there for these. Now, Slovakia, I wouldn't say this is the biggest win in Slovakia hockey history, but they were a pretty big underdog.
Do you think, how big of an underdog were they?
Look at Slavkovsky trying to kick it in to the empty net. Come on, bury that thing. Goal, game over. Slovakia 4-1. They were 2.5 underdogs on the puck line.
Yeah.
And it was plus almost 400 for them on the money line.
No way.
Yeah. Finland was minus 625 on the money line, man.
Holy.
I know. I put Finland in regulation into a parlay with the Finnish women plus 5.5 against Canada, and it's already dead. The other game's not even until tomorrow.
They were due.
Who's that, Slovakia?
Oh, yeah.
Slavkovsky had a monster game, though.
Good Olympic. He has 9 goals now in the Olympics.
In the Olympics, yeah, he was the MVP in
He's
2022.
one behind Hossa and Gaborik for the all-time. He'll tie Gaborik.
He'll get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal game. So Finland, when it comes down to it, Finland, Sweden, Canada.
Those are your
US,
boys,
the big
Dusty.
ones. This hurts. This hurts a guy who pretends to have Finnish heritage, every 6 months. So this one does sting a little bit. Would have hurt more if my man Koivu was still on the team. But yeah, bit of a stunner. With that being said, Finland outshot him 39-25. They couldn't, well, for lack of a better term, they couldn't finish. What's up next on this hockey schedule?
Italy, Sweden.
Right away?
No, 1:00.
Okay, 1:00. All right. Well, that one should be, Sweden should roll in that one. All right, let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk, co-host of The Lock Shop. Huss, what's up, my man? You watched any of this Finnish-Slovakia game?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see what just happened there?
With the empty net scramble? Slavkovsky, no stick?
Yeah, it's just pretty bizarre situation. There's a lot of things bizarre about this.
Okay.
Cuthbert doing the games with Mike Johnson.
It is weird looking at that panel too, isn't it?
The panel, Duthie throwing it to Elliott. I'm here for it. It's great. Those two companies don't usually play very nice with each other. So
yeah, the Olympics are like the wild, wild west, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that all come together? They pay the money, they put it on CBC. I'm very intrigued.
Did they just score again? Did Slavkovsky just get another one, or is that a highlight?
No, it's still 4-1.
Okay, so highs. Okay. Yeah, it's OBS, the Olympic broadcast something. And they have a lot of regulars that they go back to, like all my buddies who are in trucks everywhere. They're all over there directing, producing. They take pretty much everybody they can from Canada to work these broadcasts. And then it is curious I don't know the ins and outs of who sits down with Sportsnet and TSN and goes, this is the panel we want to build. We want Duthie. We want Cassie Campbell. So and then Pounders on there, and then Friedman and Bieksa. So I don't know if the companies just give permission to their talent to chat with the decision makers, or if the two companies come together and say, this is the group that we want to put together.
Well, and who's cutting the check?
No idea,
obviously
man.
they'll be because it's showing on TSN, it's showing on Sportsnet, main feeds on CBC.
I do know, from my buddies who are producers and directors, it's a good payday. I guess it's a pretty nice chunk of change to go work the Olympics.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And they probably do it just to get out there. Which,
it is weird seeing Duthie sitting next to Bieksa and throwing it to Friedman, though.
It was,
that's a little bizarre.
great. And these guys all know each other. For those people that maybe haven't dabbled in the media. Like these guys are all talking to each other at games. They'll be around mostly in Toronto, I'm sure. But yeah, so far so good. And I mean, just as far as the game, what a dud from the Finns.
I know. Well, they couldn't score. I mean, they're going to have 40 shots, but they could not score. And this guy made a bunch of great saves. Like, I didn't think it was Finland going through the motions. I thought they pushed him pretty hard, especially in the first. Or the shots in the first, like 18-4 or something like that.
I think.
Yeah, this guy in net for Slovakia definitely did his job. And then, this is a good example of, Slovakia. I would say Germany with a guy like Leon Draisaitl. Switzerland's got 2 or 3 guys that I would describe as really good NHLers. And if you have a goaltender that can play well, and you have a team that plays pretty tight defensively, or at least doesn't make errors like self-inflicted wounds, and then you got a guy like Slavkovsky who can step up and bury a couple for you. I mean, this isn't going to be the only upset I think we see in the tournament. I could end up being wrong, but
it's just surprising because that Slovakia team is such a far cry from what they've had in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think back to when they were rolling out Hossa and Chara and those guys, I mean, they don't really have those players right now. But I mean, I'll tell you what, Slavkovsky, he's Mr. Olympics. And I heard you talking beforehand, opened the scoring in the 2022 Olympics, scored 7, believe was the MVP. And then he did the exact same thing this year.
Yeah.
Got 2 on the board. And he, I was talking to Sean Starr from Montreal last week on WST when the Jets and Habs were playing, or a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And they call him a second half Slav because he doesn't start very well, but he's a monster in the second half of the season.
He's Bizarro Brian Savage, who used to score like 20 in October and finished with 24. I remember that from my Habs fan day. Savage would come out of the gate and score like 10 in the first 6 games. And then just second half of the season, he was either hurt or he just didn't have it.
He, the one thing about Finland, I'll say it in the third period, and Johnson was commenting on this. I mean, I don't think the coach was liking their top 6 very much because they were basically going back and forth between the third and fourth lines. Then they threw Rantanen out there at the, towards 6-7 minutes left. They had a couple good chances, but it didn't happen. So I don't know. I mean, listen, that's not a game that's going to kill them, but it does make it pretty interesting. Like that group has Italy. So, I mean, Slovakia will beat Italy. They should, which means they're going to have 6 points. Well, Finland, if they don't beat the Swedes,
has to play in the qualification round.
Exactly. And here's the other thing. Depending on what happens in the Sweden-Slovakia game, I mean, Slovakia could be number 1. They could move through.
Yeah, they'd have to beat Sweden probably to do it. All right, I'm assuming Sweden. Mind you, Finland's sometimes a coin flip.
Finland's always tight. And
I mean, the group is wide open right now. That's what you can say after this one. And I think you might describe it in soccer terms as the group of death. Slovakia, Sweden, and Finland. I mean, that's 3 of the long-standing sort of top 7 hockey nations in one 4-team group, right? So,
I'm just trying to think of the odds before the event. Slovakia, oh my God, Slovakia was 85-1. The Swiss were 30. So, I mean, I think based on the odds, Canada's group's the group of death. You got Canada, Czechia, and the Swiss.
Oh, yeah, Czechia. I forgot about Czechia.
3 of the top 6 teams. But
I guess that'd be a better case for that. I just look at Sweden and Finland and 2 of the top 4 teams usually, right? So,
yeah, by odds, you got 3, 4, and 7 in that group.
And
you got 1, 5, and 6 in the other one. So,
which means the United States has a really, really soft group.
It's number 2, and then what is that? 8, 9, and 10.
Oh, well, that seems.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
that seems off.
And that's why, if you noticed, if you're looking at and I guess those are off the books right now because the tournament started, but it did seem like some of the US numbers, like the odds were a little lower for those players. Well, the reason is that 3 of their games are against teams that they kind of think that they'll romp on.
Yeah.
So you could have some real inflated numbers for top goal scorer, but that was not a great start for the Finns today. To lose like that. Great story for Slovakia, and I'm kind of with you. I mean, I think that we can't just kind of be focusing on these 3 and 4 goal puck line numbers and think, oh, wow, every game's going to be a slaughter until we get to the playoff round. Like, there's big time players over in Europe too. And that's why, when Canada plays the Swiss, I mean, they've got some nice NHL players, and then they'll be legit guys that are playing for their country that we aren't as familiar with that will be there. But I can't wait for tomorrow night. What was it? 8:40 your time? You guys will just be finishing up the Nielsen show and then buckle in for the game.
Yeah, 8:40 tomorrow. I'll be setting up out with everybody on the TV, and we'll get to watch most of the game actually. So that's kind of nice. Looking
What's
forward
happening
to it.
for the hangout tomorrow? Do they just watch live?
They'll just be
party?
watching, like basically a live watch party, I guess. That's probably what it'll be, which will be fun for them. I think that should be a good time. What do you think of the rink size, Huss? Did you notice it much?
Oh, it's funny. I mean, I noticed it right off the bat on that first goal. Like was it Lettinen or whoever the Finnish defenseman was that ripped it up the boards. Now, BX, I don't know if you caught the first intermission. BX made a really interesting point. They always do a drill called wakey wakey where they're trying to get it out.
Okay.
And he said that the Finns do it differently than any other team he's ever seen. They kind of play it through the dots as opposed to, kind of up and around the boards. And, with the shorter surface, it kind of seemed like he was, forced to make that decision a little earlier and then basically gave it right to Slavkovsky, who made an amazing move. And I think it was Tatar who went to the side of the net and basically pulled the Finnish defenseman away. And then he just basically went in with that
walked right out,
and topped it right in. So, don't count out Finland though, based on this first game. And I'll tell you what, that Finland-Sweden game, which I believe is 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. on Friday for you guys out in Edmonton. Finland did beat the Swedes in OT last year in the Four Nations. And that is an incredible rivalry. I mean, like if those teams don't win golds, I mean, obviously they're there for medals.
Yeah.
That will be the game. That's Canada, USA for the Canadians, Finland, Sweden. And the fact that they've already lost a game, it's going to be a real challenge. And let's face it, if you finish 3rd in that group, you're going to be probably in and around like 9th, which means you're probably playing the 8th place team, which is a 2nd place or 3rd place team in one of those other groups. It could be the Swiss, it could be the Germans.
Switzerland, Germany type of thing, yeah.
But then based on the seeding, very likely if you win that game for the quarters, you'll be going up against the number 1 team. So I was a little surprised on that. I heard your parlay beforehand. That was a little unfortunate that they didn't get that done. I'll be honest, I was looking, even when it was 1-0 after 1 period, the Slovaks were still like plus 123 to win.
I looked to live bet it in the 2nd period, just curious, like in the 2nd intermission, because Finland was still, out shooting them at a pretty good clip, and they were getting a lot of chances. And I'm glad I didn't. But when I went to look at it, it was still like, and it was 1-1. Finland was like minus 267 or something. I was like, I'm not even getting remotely close to something on that.
Based on this, I have decided to plug my nose and swallow the 5.5 puck line for the Sweden-Italy game this afternoon.
Yeah, you're going to do it?
Well, I'm going to do it, and I do think that, this, first of all, goal differential could be important in this group.
Yeah.
Like
especially with Slovakia sort of getting in the mix here already, right?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, listen, it's not at all out of the question that Finland could beat Sweden and Sweden beat Slovakia, and they all finished tied with 6 points. So then everyone's 1-1 with each other. Everyone beats Italy in regulation, and then you start getting to tiebreakers. So goal differential and scoring goals will be key. So I think maybe seeing their biggest rival get upset, I think that will be a bit of a nice pre-turning wake-up call for the Swedes. And then I guess we'll see what the Italians could have brought some NHLers. They could have found some ways to get guys on Italian passports, but they decided against that. So it could be a real long afternoon for the home Italians today in Cortina Milano.
Let me ask you this, just because we were talking about the two networks coming together and taking a bunch of talent and spreading them around the Olympics. If you were building your all-time Canadian broadcast hockey panel with a host and 3 guests, who's on that panel?
Okay, well, let's first talk about
all time.
Who's up for the host? Obviously, Duthie would be in the mix.
Duthie would be up
one right now
in the mix.
Ron McLean.
Ron McLean would be in the mix. I mean, if you want to dial it back a bit, Brian Williams is probably in the mix.
Well, yeah, was he more of a host?
He was more of a host that he was more of a host.
Brian Williams, he was great.
I mean, Dave Hodge back in the day. Who else are we missing?
When I think of Olympics, I think of Brian Williams.
Yeah. Well, he was a voice of the main prime time for so many years, right? Like,
for sure. I mean, they owned it. So I would say Brian Williams. To be honest, I mean, I think the best guy right now and the most entertaining guy didn't even get to go, and that's Odog. I mean, Odog
on a panel.
Odog on the panel is absolute magic. Bieksa is sort of Sportsnet's Odog, doesn't have as much of the humor.
More polished, I think.
Yeah, but I don't care about that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. They polish, whatever. I mean, he is so entertaining and says a lot of things that a lot of other people don't want to. I mean, to be honest, basically both of those guys in.
Yeah.
I mean, Don Cherry. Like, how's Don?
Yeah, Don Cherry is like the third analyst on the other end.
Never a panel. Like, he was kind of like he just
takes
his
own show.
So much oxygen. You know, you needed him himself. Well, what about you? Who am I missing?
I don't know. It's like, am I forgetting a bunch of guys from like my childhood? Because I mean, I do think. I mean, Ron McLean has obviously taken a dip in recent years. But in his prime, he was pretty elite in that host chair, man. Like,
absolutely.
I think I'd probably throw, and I think James is outstanding at what he does as well. So do the networks. I'd probably have Ron McLean as the host. And it's tough. You're right with Don Cherry. Like, him and Ron were great together for a couple of decades, but I don't remember watching him as a kid, part of like a four team panel. So.
No. No one else would ever get a word in.
I'd probably throw Bob McKenzie into the mix. I love what Bob McKenzie brought to the table, the Bob father. He was a longtime Nielsen show host or guest. So I'd probably go Ron McLean. I do really like Bieksa. So I'd probably go Ron McLean, Bieksa. And then who do I throw between Bieksa and Bob McKenzie? I'm not sure, but those are 3 of my 4. I don't know who that 4th one would be.
I think the Bob McKenzie call is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, he's that right panel guy that Elliott has become, that you love Elliott in that spot on Hockey Night in Canada. Yeah. But Bob created that spot and did it so well for such a long time, right?
Yeah, and he's not the guy that is going to, I mean, not that they can't break down plays and whatnot, but he invented the Hockey Insider.
Yeah. And that didn't exist before him, right?
And let's face it, I mean, it's not just about X's and O's. It's also about what's happening behind the scenes, like the reporting on all of that. So yeah, no, I think you got a pretty good group there on that. This one's pretty good though. I mean, I know they've got obviously, I guess Pounder and Cassie are doing the women's hockey.
Yeah, they'd be on that too.
And then they bring them in for the men's hockey as well. I would have loved to have had one more of the guys, like, and I mean, Odog and Bieksa. I mean, you're never gonna get a chance to see that.
To see those guys together, yeah.
Those guys, more recent players, have played against almost every guy, other than some of the really, really young players. That would have been really cool. But it was sort of funny that was like the story, like, oh, we're just getting used to how this is all looking when it's up and out there. But where are you at for Sweden, Italy today? Are you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know when the last time was I watched Italy play hockey. Like, no. I don't really watch the Italians at the World Championships. I broadcast some Italian hockey like in 2006, 20 years ago, and they had a couple good goaltenders back then.
Where?
At the Viking Cup here in Camrose. They used to bring like a Czech U18 team, Italy U18. I think was that where it was, Italy? I don't know. I've broadcast like one or two Italian games. But you are right. You make a good point on the goal differential thing now. With Slovakia beating Finland, it's not just like, oh, it's Finland versus Sweden. Whoever has a goal differential or whoever wins a head-to-head battle, all of a sudden will get that spot. I mean, this goal differential, if Slovakia can hang tight with Sweden, and if Finland hangs tight with Sweden, then all of a sudden the goal differential is going to sort of factor in here. So I could see them winning by 6 or 7 against Italy. Like,
yeah,
that Swedish roster is pretty stacked, man. Dude, they've had a ton of success in the Olympics. Like, it's their blue line, it looks outstanding. And I don't really know how Italy's supposed to generate any offense against them. Like, where do we have? Let's see. I'll give you the Italian. Let's see how many names we would recognize on the Italian hockey roster. Okay. Matthew Bradley centering Tommy Perdeller and Nick Saraceno. Mikael Frickland with Alessandro Segafredo and Alex Patan. That's not Patan from who was the Patan that was in the NHL for a bit? Nick Patan. Daniel Mantenuto, Dustin Gaisley, and Luca Frigo. Diego Costner. I recognize that name for some reason. I wonder if he played in Spengler one year. And then Marco Zanetti and Christian Diacinto. And then Alex Trivelato, Thomas Larkin, Phil Petronino, Luca Zanata. I literally have never heard of any of these guys. Their goaltenders are Damian Clara and David Fadani. So, I mean, how does that team score goals on Sweden? How does that happen?
Great. Oh, you know what? Alex Patan's got to be Nick Patan's brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Never drafted, played at Michigan Tech, had like 30 games in the A, and then has been in the Austrian League for the last 6 years or 7, 8 years.
And I was right about Diego Costner. He plays in Ambri Piotta in the Swiss League, and they won the Spengler, I think, 3 or 4 years ago when I was there.
Yeah, so there's got to be a few Spengler guys.
There's one guy. That's the only guy that I recognize on that Italian team. That's the only one. Switzerland's got a couple of guys that I would recognize, but I mean, very cool moment for these guys to be representing Italy at these Olympics. But I'd be pretty surprised if they keep it close against Sweden a little bit later on today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge, huge line, but I think Sweden will try and use this game to really get going. I mean, you don't want to humiliate the home team too badly, but 6-0 seems very, very, very possible.
Hey, did you see the meme of the guy on skis running up the hill at like that insane pace? I see some places where it's been posted, it's been taken down because of Olympic copyrights. But did you see that meme yesterday?
No,
dude. the one guy in the cross country skiing, or one of the cross country skiing events, he was going up a hill, and they said, I saw on Twitter yesterday, they said he basically ran the equivalent of a 6-minute mile on skis uphill. And if you go look, right, I don't know, it's got to be out there already in gift form or something. And this guy is just giving her up the hill, like just giving her. Somebody tagged me, and it's like running back to the group chat when the parlay hits, and it's this guy just flying up the hill. That was the score that posted that, but it has been since taken down due to copyright infringement. But
oh yeah, no one is on you more than the Olympics when it comes to posting stuff. Which
they got to have a whole department that's looking after that stuff.
John Shannon made a great point. I mean, it's the other great thing about having the Olympics being on and our team there is that we finally get to see the golden goal again. I mean, that's just been lost. Like, there's so many people, young people, that have never seen it. They've heard of it. They've seen a picture of him doing his thing, but
well, it's on YouTube though. I watched it on YouTube yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you're right. You're not going to see that in a bunch of highlight packages or top.
Like, there's no NHL when they're talking about, oh, they're coming to the Olympics. They've never had the right to show that. Now, was that thing for the meme? Was that new sport, the ski mountaineering?
Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that was in ski mountaineering. This dude was just cross country skiing up a hill and was just. It was hilarious, to be honest with you. It was pretty funny. That was pretty good. Anything else catch your eye yesterday in the Olympics, buddy? You watching that short track speed skating?
I love the short track speed skating. I watched some of it. I mean, I don't really.
The short track relay is madness. Like in the middle of the ice, they're all circling around waiting, and then I'd like to just have a camera on the middle of the ice so I can see how they're rotating in and out, because it looks pretty scientific.
You know what would be really cool? You know how in the NHL they've got the whatever that technology they have where they kind of know where everybody is?
Yeah.
Put that same thing on all the speed skaters.
And then give us that view.
Watch the dots go around. Like, it would be a really, really neat reenactment of all that. So the guy, the Norwegian guy that broke down in tears talking about cheating on his girlfriend yesterday, did not go well. No, unsurprisingly, did not go well. So the girl, obviously, the media reached out to her. She's pissed that she's getting dragged out into
an anonymous response, right? Didn't she give him a quote?
Yeah, and I don't think they said her name or anything like that. Everyone, he was a bronze medal. Everyone's also giving him heat because he took all the attention away from his teammate that won the gold medal. And he said that he won't be making any more comments on that. So.
Did you see what else happened to this guy? Did you see the other story that popped up with this guy?
Is this true?
In 2023, his competition gun accidentally fired in his room, and he was banned from the World Championships or World Cup or something like that. So he sounds like a bit of a mess.
Pretty interesting dude. Now, there's another great story today, and this from Roger Sherman over at The Ringer. The gold medalist, I believe, the girl that won the individual gold medal in the biathlon was convicted of stealing her teammates' credit cards in October. She was handed a 3-month suspended sentence and fine for using a teammate's bank card. So I don't know, like, I'm used to football and hockey and teams where you're part of a team. I guess when you're on a team and it's all individual sports that...
yeah, you're a team, but you're still competing against each other for your dream.
Yeah.
Right?
And that may include, taking their credit card and running up a number.
I do understand, like, competing as an athlete in that world where you're technically teammates, but still competing for the ultimate prize. Like, you'll see it in snowboarding and some of those ski cross events where the one like an American sitting down at the end and they're in first, and then their teammate comes down and takes it and they go in first, and they're like, but I mean, I would have been pissed. I would have walked away like you just lost the goal. I don't care if they're on your team or not. Yesterday, what was I watching? It was a cross-country skiing event of some sort, and Sweden finished 1, 2, 3, and all three of them were like hugging each other and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, but the person who's like finished third, you got to be pissed that you didn't win. I mean, I don't know if I could be happy for my teammate when I didn't accomplish what I'd been training my entire life for. I don't know if I could put on that brave face, Huss.
You'd have to kind of, I mean, it would be incredibly disappointing. Probably better a teammate than someone that you don't know if they're getting a bit. By the way, curling is officially underway.
Yes, it is.
Jacobs and Canada taking on Germany right now. That one is on TSN1. The mixed curling final was wild yesterday.
I just saw highlights of it.
Yeah, it was like just 1 point each way. They said there was actually a lot of misses, which made it that much more interesting and fun. But I meant to ask you this about your kids.
Yeah.
So I know Marsh is the Barracuda, big swimmer.
Yeah, like swimming.
I know both the kids are in hockey.
Yeah.
Love hockey, and obviously that's going to be a big thing. I'm interested in young people. Is there any event that they've seen so far that all of a sudden they're really into, or they're asking questions?
That's a good one. Like they've watched
that has sort of grabbed their attention more than you would have thought.
I know Elizabeth was pretty into the ice dance a couple nights ago.
Yeah,
like she thought that was pretty cool. Marsh didn't really care about it too much. What did we watch last night? We watched that short track, the silver medal that Canada won. We watched that last night. They thought that was pretty cool. I mean, like Tammy, my wife, she loves the Olympics. So like we have the Olympics going in our house. If somebody's in the house, the Olympics are on and we're watching, and she loves showing the kids all these other events. And ice dance for Elizabeth has kind of been the one that sort of stood out for her. I don't know if Marsh has found one that he just absolutely loves just yet. I mean, he's so into football and hockey and basketball that it's going to be tough to kind of.
He's not trying to take you out to the learn how to be a skeleton athlete.
No, not yet. Or Daddy, when I grow up, I'm going to be double luge. I'm going to do luge doubles. And you're going to be like, who's the more useless guy in luge doubles? That's what I want to know. The guy who's on the bottom, does he control and brakes and stuff? And is the guy on top just there for the ride? Or is the guy on the bottom there for the ride and the guy on top's controlling the shots?
Okay, for the record, I don't believe their positions are referred to as the top and the bottom. That might get...
What else would they be called?
They could get misinterpreted.
Well, let's see here. Double luge position names. Let's just see. All right. In double luge, the two athletes have specific roles based on their sled. Okay, this is interesting. Face up, Huss. The top rider / slider. This person lies directly on top of the bottom rider and is responsible for most of the steering because they have better visibility of the track. They often use head movements to signal upcoming curves to the partner. The bottom rider or driver, they call them front and rear, I guess. So the rear is the bottom. Positioned underneath this rider is typically smaller and has their head towards the near of the top rider's chest. They're in direct contact with the sled and can steer harder, working in tandem with the top rider to navigate. So top rider, bottom rider, front and rear. That's how it's laid out. Do you think it's
front and rear sounds something like that commentators would use a little bit more? Just because of certain connotations, people asking if they're a top or a bottom.
Do you think they take the people who are like just aren't good enough to be single luge and say, hey, we're going to get you guys to do doubles? Do you think that's how it works?
Question. You know, all of that entire sport is so freaking mysterious. Like, I mean, how does one even get into that? Like, I remember talking to John Montgomery, and Montgomery, like, he's a Manitoba guy, and one of my closest friends grew up with him out in Russell. And he was a wild man. They played on their hockey team together. He was doing a bunch of stuff. And like the story of how he got into skeleton is sort of bizarre. Like, as I said, it'll be fun on our shows just to bring someone in from like luge or like just those sliding events and talk a little bit about like how they recruit athletes, where they're finding them from, who gets involved in that sort of
like, do you start luging at 10 years old, or do you have to go like on slower tracks, or do you have to go pluck them out of other sports when they're 16 or something like that?
Well, I mean, I know for bobsled, that's something that it's usually getting guys from other sports, track athletes, football players, cyclists for sure. Well, cycling and speed skating. I mean,
that works too.
Olympic heroes. I mean, Clara Hughes, 2 medals in the Winter Olympics, 2 medals in the Summer Olympics, which is absolutely phenomenal. And she went back and, just the massive leg strength that you need for cycling seemed to be really good for speed skating as well. And, those super elite high level athletes, they learn the technique. And if you've got the base for it and with good technique, you can contend and compete.
But not for luge and skeleton though. Like, I wonder if, like, are they people who liked bobsled and then couldn't make the bobsled team? And they're like, you handle the high speed.
I think it's the crazy ones. Like,
maybe.
Like skeleton is head first.
Yeah. Maybe they give them all a psychiatric test at the age of 18 and then branch them off. The most stable ones go to bobsled, the rest of them get split between luge and skeleton.
Here's another one about luge and skeleton. Obviously, you need to be fast and you need to have like that good push off. But I do wonder how much of an advantage being heavier is, because there is gravity that's taking you down the course, right?
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
350-pound luger. Like, just all of a sudden, this guy, it's a little unconventional. He doesn't quite have the start of the others, but by the time you get to the bottom, he's really cooking.
We were asked this morning on our show, and now that you think about it, the heavier guy, it's like putting the fattest guy in the world in net, right? You can't score on him if he takes up the entire net. Somebody asked us, what Olympic winter sport could Eric and Trev and I like at least fake? Like, you're not going to be good at it, but you could at least pull it off for like a small part of it before people are like, you're a fraud. And Eric had a good point. Eric curls once a week. Eric's like, I can get into the hack and not look like an idiot. So curling's an easy one for him. I like the idea of big man luge that you brought it up for me.
Big man luge.
I got time for that. I don't see me gracefully landing on the thing after I get it off on a running start. I see that going horribly. But what do you think what could you ski jumping?
Big man ski jumping? How about that?
Oh man.
Curling's obviously the one that I think would be the easiest to fake. Just like, some semblance of a, throwing the rock, and obviously, you can sweep. I think probably the next one, like if you were like a half decent athlete and in shape, would be speed skating. Now, would you be good? No. Would you be close to the top people? No. But I mean, most of us know how to skate. It would take very limited time just to get used to the intricacies of the blades. And I think you could look the part probably relatively quickly. And then I guess, the cross-country skiing is one of those things that people know. And I think most of us have done it before at some point.
Something they might be able to pull off there.
Yes, 83 runner, third man in the bobsled. Essentially, you just have to
the third guy
like hell right off the stop, and then
that's it, right? The third guy serves no other purpose.
I think he moves his head with his team.
Yeah, just moves. But I could maybe. I don't think. It'd be a pretty snug bobsled if I was jammed into that third spot.
I actually have.
I've sat in a bobsled before in Calgary, but I've never actually tried it.
I got to go down the run.
Did you?
Yeah.
2-man bobsled, 4-man bobsled.
It was a 4-man bobsled.
Okay.
And it was in the summer, which was, I know it sounds strange. My friend was running the Canada Olympic Park, and we were out there hanging out. He's like, "Oh man, I got something for you. We'll go up and we'll do this." And I'm like, "What are we talking about?" Like, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, it was July, but I guess the National Training Center, they replaced the skis on the thing with these wheels. They're about this big or so.
Okay.
And I mean, I have no idea what the speed compares to a normal run or anything like that, but you go down the entire Olympic run in Calgary in this bobsled, and it was the same thing. You know, you run in, get in. I was the third guy, and then there was someone behind me, and you just get this ride. It was an absolute riot.
How was it getting in?
I mean, I don't remember really any major issues on it.
Okay.
I was more worried about like not falling or anything like that. I think I got in. Maybe I was even second. Maybe I got in like quickly off the hop. Definitely in the middle.
Yeah.
As the other guys did it. And I don't know how much driving there is on something that's on wheels, you know, in that. But I think it's probably more for them to practice their starts, which is such a huge part of it. They can just do that all year long, practice the starts and the technique of getting into them. So
Pizza Boy texts in and says, I think they just scout kids going down the slide at neighborhood parks, which isn't a bad idea. There's always a few kids that are going head first down the slide at neighborhood parks. They come over to the parent and go, "Hey, I'm Chris from the Olympic skeleton program. Looks like your kid's got some natural ability. I'd like to get a closer look at him."
So, I mean, these are all fun. Short track speed skating is absolutely electric, but now we've got the hockey. And I mean, the curling, the full team curling is, I think something like, I have to admit, I think the mixed is better for, if people have never seen curling before.
Just watch mixed?
Well, it's a shorter game.
Yeah.
It's only 5 rocks per. There's way more stuff going on. Like the strategy is way more intense, I think, in the big picture strategy. It's almost more like a chess game. But I like it. It'd be nice to see if Jacobs could bring us a goal back.
What's the score right now?
Obviously home. It's just the first end.
Oh, okay.
But the Germans have a whole bunch in the house, and they have the hammer. So let's see. Is this his last rock? Yeah,
that wouldn't be a great start.
We can't do any sort of play-by-play.
No, yeah, we taken down immediately.
Yeah, but this is big for Jacobs, who's coming in. I think he must be doing some sort of a freeze.
Oh, here it is. I got it on TV too. I'll try to keep tabs on it as well as we work our way through Oil Stream a little bit later on today. Hey, Huss. I saw a lot of people yesterday being like, CFL free agency sucks. And I was just like, it kind of happened 2 Sundays ago, and it was awesome. Like that. Didn't you do like a live show from Costa Rica for CFL free? Yeah, like, or not live show, but you did a show. I mean, I don't know. I had a hard time yesterday with people bitching about it when I said, if you're just paying attention on the Sunday, it was awesome. Like all the news was breaking, guys were signing all over the place. It was outside. Like, I kind of like it the way it is. I would just move it from Sunday to Monday. And then everybody just knows that Monday of the tampering window is really the first day of free agency. Like that's just, because that was great.
I'm on the other side. Like, what the hell's the point of the tampering window? Like, just open
that's why I just make the tampering window free agency. Right?
Yes. Like just this day, that's when it opens. Go nuts, sign your deals.
Yeah.
Because it was, I mean, having to wait a week to introduce players that you just signed, like, I don't know who benefits from that. And from the sounds of it, there's enough tampering that's going on beforehand.
Before the tampering window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that first day when players can start to work their deals out, just make that the first day of free agency, because that was awesome. It was awesome. Like, I thought yesterday people complaining about it all. I was like, I don't know. I thought the Sunday when all the news was breaking was terrific. So that was, I mean, you sort of just have to accept that that's when free agency kind of begins and enjoy all the news.
Put it this way. Like, Sunday has to be the worst day for that to happen. Like to have it on the weekend is
do it on the Monday.
Monday or maybe Tuesday. Like people can preview it
On the Monday and then get into it on Tuesday.
You know, you do it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, middle of the week, bang, it happens. You got a huge flurry. Like if we knew that sort of action was going to happen and there were going to be big time signings right out of the gate, it would be a priority for guys like you and me to be following, you know, throughout the day.
Like the Monday after, so there was signing day Monday, or there's tampering window Sunday happened. We had a special 2-hour hangout the next day that was all CFL free agency, right? So put that on Monday and we'll just go live straight through it if we know the top 25 guys are going to sign in a matter of 4 hours. 2-0.
Matt Hyman in chat. Careful, Huss. A certain WST might attack you for that take. We've had so many takes here. I'm not even sure which take we're.
What is coming up on WST, Huss? What do you got on the show today?
Well, Matt Larkin's going to come on. We'll talk more Team Canada heading into the tournament. Obviously, we'll get into this game. We'll follow it along. The Hammer, Jeff Hamilton, a little bit more on the CFL free agency now that the dust settled. We'll talk a little bit more hockey. And we got one of the ladies from the HSC, the hospital in town. We're doing another live auction where I'm going to be hosting out at Aikens Lake, that fishing. Fishing,
that's always a good time for it. Well, last year, wasn't it all engulfed in flames?
Well, the last day did get nixed a little early because of insane forest fires. But the beautiful thing is they saved everything. They're ready to go for the upcoming year. And we're looking good. So that, and here's the other thing, Dusty, we got to dive in and lock into maybe a parlay or two for tomorrow's Canada game, which we'll do. Have you already cooked anything up over at EST for the game tomorrow?
Nothing yet, but that'll be happening this afternoon and then tomorrow, obviously. So yeah, we'll get into that.
Last call for Canada futures as well. So I don't know. I'm feeling. I think I'm going to put something out tomorrow with a Celebrini goal right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate, the kid strikes early. I like it. All right, Huss, you have a good show today, man, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
Tomorrow basically be post-game action.
Post-game.
Like right after the game ends.
If you're right. We'll basically have post-game Canada Lock Shop, which will be perfect. Actually, the game will probably be ending as we're just getting going. So we'll probably catch the tail end of it. And we'll talk to you then, buddy. We'll see you later, man.
Thanks so much.
There you go. That is Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk, co-host of the Lock Shop. Lock Shop brought to you by Play Alberta. Check out the EST specials page, playalberta.ca, or download the Play Alberta app. You can find the EST specials over there as well. Lots of text messages that we'll get to on the oil stream. That's coming up. I was prepping for the oil stream today, and I said, let's put together a trade package for these two guys. And then I looked at it and realized the Oilers have zero wiggle room to really do anything. So we're going to get into that a little bit coming up. Oh, I've also got my top 5 biggest surprises, positive surprises on the Oilers so far this year. So we're going to get to that coming up on the oil stream for Boston Pizza. But this has been the Lock Shop. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the Olympics the rest of the way today. Tomorrow on the Lock Shop, we'll be breaking down that Canada-Czechia game. Very much looking forward to that. Stick around for the oil stream. That's coming up. Take it easy.